The Republican lawmaker who became Donald Trump's archenemy in the Epstein scandal just took another surprising turn by threatening his GOP colleagues, and I have all the details on this breaking story for you next, and something I like to call...
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Why, yes, we are, Donald, and as you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been your primary agitator as of late, but we can't forget the Republican insider who first lit a fire under you in a way that Democrats could not. Thomas Massie, the mild-mannered Kentucky congressman, has been the Epstein thorn in your side, and he just raised the stakes with a warning so blunt it could result in a Republican civil war. Let's begin this report with Trump's recent and desperate personal attack on Massie and his new bride, and then I'll have Massie's massive threat against his party colleagues who plan to support Trump. It is perfectly summarized in a post by ex-user Not Your Typical Mother who said, "Let me get this straight. Trump cheats on wife number 1 with wife number 2. Trump cheats on wife number 2 with wife number 3. Trump cheats on wife number 3 with a porn star. And yet he's calling out Massie for getting married too quick. Massie's wife died in mid-2024. That was in response to Trump's post on Truth Social that read, "Did Thomas Massie, sometimes referred to as Rand Paul Jr., because of the fact that he always votes against the Republican Party, get married already? Boy, that was quick. No wonder the polls have him at less than 8% chance of winning the election. Anyway, have a great life, Thomas, and whoever. His wife will soon find out that she's stuck with a loser." And here's the congressman's unfazed reaction.
The president has gone after you in some deeply personal ways. I mean, attacking you over and over again, even attacking you for, regarding your wedding, your recent wedding, which, by the way, congratulations. What do you make of all that? And he's obviously supporting your primary opponents. I mean, what kind of retribution are you facing?
You know, my wife told me, she said, "I told you so. We should have invited Donald Trump. He's mad that he didn't get an invitation." So we're taking it with a grain of salt. He's being a bully or trying to be a bully. And they're trying to beat me here in Kentucky. But here's what's interesting. The people financing this campaign consist completely of 3 billionaires, and they're all in the Epstein class. In fact, one of them is named in Epstein's phone book, not the secret files that the FBI is keeping, but in Epstein's phone book. So it's a small world. Dogs don't bark at parked cars, and we are winning.
And now for the massive warning that Massie just issued on this morning's episode of This Week on ABC. You have to consider it shots fired in the civil war inside the party of Trump.
I'm not tired of winning yet, but we are winning, and not only the speaker, but the attorney general, the FBI director, and the president himself and the vice president, they're taking a big loss this week because after months of fighting, I am winning this week with Ro Khanna. We're forcing this vote, and it's going to happen. I would remind my Republican colleagues who are deciding how to vote, Donald Trump can protect you in red districts right now by giving you an endorsement, but in 2030, he's not going to be the president, and you will have voted to protect pedophiles if you don't vote to release these files, and the president can't protect you then. This vote, the record of this vote, will last longer than Donald Trump's presidency.
And Trump fought long and hard to prevent your discharge petition from going through. You won that battle. Now, what happens? How many Republicans in the House follow your lead and defy the president on this?
I think we could have a deluge of Republicans. There could be 100 or more. I'm hoping to get a veto-proof majority on this legislation when it comes up for a vote. And, the president's been saying this is a hoax. He's been saying that for months. Well, he's just now decided to investigate a hoax, if it's a hoax. And I have another concern about these investigations that he's announced. If they have ongoing investigations in certain areas, those documents can't be released. So this might be a big smokescreen, these investigations, to open a bunch of them as a last-ditch effort to prevent the release of the Epstein files.
I mean, it is extraordinary to hear him demand an investigation and only mention Democrats, only mention his political opponents. But you're saying he may not really even want any investigation. He wants to prevent the release. Why does he want to prevent this? What is he afraid of?
I've never said that these files will implicate Donald Trump. And I really don't think that they will. I think he's trying to protect a bunch of rich and powerful friends, billionaires, donors to his campaign, friends in his social circles.
Trump said that Massey has no chance at being reelected. If that's true, it's great that he's forfeiting his political future to fight the good fight. But what if it's not true? If there is a civil war between the truth seekers and Trump loyalists, those on the side of truth just might emerge from the skirmish as the heroes as the tide turns against Trump. And speaking of truth-seeking, just one more thing before I go. The Courier Newsroom website has created a searchable database with all 20,000 files from the Epstein estate, and they are inviting people to search for themselves and report their findings. Basically, they are crowdsourcing the fact-finding, and now you can help Democrats Massey and Green fight that good fight against Trump.